Hey loves, welcome or welcome back to my channel. I am so excited to be back filming. The past couple of months have actually been really hectic for me in so many different areas. I actually took a break from crocheting, not because I necessarily wanted to, but I somehow just got super overwhelmed with everything that needed to take priority in my life. Then I found myself in a bit of a crochet slump and I just wasn't doing it. And I really desperately wanted to get back to crochet. So I'm really excited to be back here filming again and really just trying to get my page up and going. I started doing a very awesome project for a friend of mine, which I will talk about in another video. But for today's video, I have another project that I'm doing for another friend. It involves just a small amount of crochet, but then a lot more crafting in general. I was scrolling through my Pinterest and I saw something that made me think of her, and they just moved into a new house, and so I wanted to make her this gift. Essentially, it is a fall themed wreath for their front door. I'm gonna put like the inspo picture somewhere, and yeah, so I'm going to show you what I got and then tell you how I'm going to go about crocheting the different aspects of it and what I'm going to be using as best as I can. I picked up, this is it's not really wood. I don't actually know what this material is, but anyway, it's this base for a wreath. It has the different like holes around it, which I'm not going to use, but this is what we're going to start with. To cover the board that I got like this thatch, kind of fiber. So the thought is that this fiber is gonna cover this board as a base, and I think it's obviously very brown, very fall, and the thatch gives that fall like cozy vibe, but kind of looks like scarecrows as well. But anyway, it's giving pumpkin patch, which is also the vibe for this board. So this is what I got, and then I got her a wreath hook as well for her door because I know that she doesn't have one. So and then obviously it's multi-purpose, so she can use it for her Christmas wreath, which I am not making a Christmas wreath. As we see from the inspo picture, there are some pumpkins, and actually I don't know if the picture has pumpkins or if it just has like pom-poms, but I started making pom-poms already, and that was my first time making pom-poms. And then I'm gonna actually crochet some mini pumpkins, and for the stems for the pumpkins I'm going to be using cinnamon sticks. I have them in abundance, don't worry. These are the yarns that I'm going to be using for this project. So I have white, a tan color, and then this ombre orange and burnt orange, reds, browns, neutrals. It just looks like a snack. So I don't know the name for this one because this was like one of my very first crochet projects that I was dabbling in. I made like a mesh net type bag, like a tote, like a very small like mesh tote. And I used to, when I made it, I was so proud of myself. And I used to take my yarn around in that like my crochet bag, but I don't use it anymore. Not something that I'm actually planning to use, so I decided to scrap it and reuse the yarn. So this is the yarn from that mesh bag. I actually, like I said, I made like two like little pom-poms already. These look like little, you know, like the poodles. It looks like the tail of the poodles. This was the darker brown that was on the bag and the lighter brown, so you can tell kind of the color difference. But I don't have any more of this dark brown. It was just like a small amount. I don't know where it came from or why I don't have any more of it beyond this, but I don't have any more of my yarn stash either. So we have this. So I'm gonna be using this to make more pom-poms, and then this is like the pride and joy of it. So this yarn is by Karen, or Yarn Inspiration Karen. It's their cinnamon swirl cakes, and this one is in the color Heat Wave. So this is what she looks like. Like, isn't that so yummy? Or this side is also like really good. Such a yummy combination of colors, and it's definitely giving fall, definitely giving pumpkin. So this is what I'm going to be using for the pumpkins. I have some of this scrap yarn that is in white, and I'm gonna also be doing some I'm just gonna do pom-poms in this. So I'm gonna have pom-poms that are these colors, and then have the pumpkins all in this. I might do one or two pom-poms in this color. And then imagine all of that with the backdrop of this thatch. So this is what the colors are gonna look like. Obviously, like, this one blends with the thatch a lot, but you still see it because of like depth and texture. And so this is what they're gonna look like on that board, and I can't wait. So that's what I'm gonna be doing today. My hope is to be able to finish that tonight. It's currently 8:47 p.m. on a Friday. I have a very busy Saturday, so I have no time to do this Saturday, but I want to give this to her Sunday morning at church. So I crochet pretty slowly, but I think I should be able to do this. So yeah, and I'm just gonna put on a show and get to crochet because I love being back at crochet. I feel so good because life has been crazy, and this is my safe space. So I might just be a very slow crocheter, I don't know, but this is also single strand with a, I don't know what type of weight yarn is this, medium weight 4 yarn. I did a chain 20, and I think I'm up to, I don't even know how many rows I've done so far. This is my 19th row. Honestly, I think like looking at stuff like this, it's shown me how much I've grown in my crochet over the last, this December is going to make 2 years. I obviously haven't been crocheting consistently for 2 years, but just to see like how square this is. Like, I remember when I first started crocheting and like I couldn't do a straight line to save my life. Like, look at that, that's like pretty like consistent, and I'm so proud of myself. I would like to thank me. No, and all the YouTube and TikTok crocheters who have helped me along the way. This has actually taken me a while to do, like these rows. I think I've been sitting here for almost 30 minutes. So maybe I'm just exceptionally slow. I wanted to like just chat about like over the past like couple of months, like just sometimes life can get in the way of our crafts. I realized that for myself, and my friends were noticing the same thing. Like, honestly, just like life was lifing, like a lot was going on in life for me, and so I just kind of took a break from everything that brought joy. And I would often think about crochet and just be like, I don't have time for it, or I would crochet out of necessity, and like if I wanted to make a gift for someone. So I think I shared this, like I've been making crocheted earrings. I haven't made them in like a while, but from time to time I would like make something just for a friend or something like that. And then I started a project for my friend, which is going to be another video, but essentially I'm making a cardigan for her. She's been asking me to make her a cardigan since I've started crocheting, and I refused because apparel just takes a long time, and obviously I'm kind of slow. But since I've started crocheting in the last couple of weeks, it honestly has brought me so much joy, like to sit and like see the products come to life again, and just how therapeutic it is just to, you know, weave your hook in and out. It's just super therapeutic. And I'll show you guys like the cardigan just because I'm so proud of it so far. I've not done a lot, honestly. I've been working on it for weeks, but I've also taken I've been working on this probably since, I want to say August, but like I haven't been working on it. Like I started it in August and then I put it down for like the whole month of September. But yeah, it's honestly just been so great just to be back crocheting, to think about my craft. Like I look forward to it. Now I don't get to crochet every day. My hope is to be able to do like, you know, a few rows every day just to like keep up my own skill level at it. But then also, again, like, the reason I started it is, one, because I was tired of like doom scrolling, but then also I was tired of just not having a hobby, like something I was interested in doing. And honestly, crochet, since I've started doing it, and this actually brought me a lot of joy. Not like that everlasting joy that you get from like your relationship with God or, you know, stuff like that, but just like with any other hobby, like it's brought a lot of joy because I'm really interested in it. Yeah. Okay, I don't know if I'm gonna do single crochet for the other pumpkins because this is taking me far too long. But I think I might need to do single crochets just because I'm going to be stuffing it. And the single crochet means that it won't, like, the stuffing won't come out of the seam once I've folded it. But I feel like a half double crochet would work. So I'm going to try that for the next pumpkin because they don't all have to be uniform. Because when God makes pumpkins, you know, they're not all the same. And the ones that are the same, we should be concerned. Look at, it's not quite a gradient, it's like kind of like patchwork, like there with the colors, but it's cute. So I'm gonna make it longer so that I can wrap it this way. It would have been nicer if I could wrap it around like this way and then do the pumpkin. I don't know if that makes sense to you guys, but in my brain it makes sense. Because right now I'm gonna have to wrap it, so it's gonna be striped. The pumpkins are gonna be striped, which is totally fine. My friend does not mind at all. But I have like a long way to go because I have to wrap it. It needs to be a rectangle. This is gonna take forever. Anything more than an hour pumpkin is crazy. But doing this in a single crochet stitch was mistake number one. But we live and we learn, and we're not gonna like frog this at all. We're just gonna shut up, crochet some more, and I'll be back once I have this done because I'm hungry. It's late and I'm hungry, but I'm not gonna eat until I'm at least finished this one pumpkin. So I'll be back to show you the finished rectangle once I'm done. It's been about 20-25 minutes or so. And I finally got this to the length that I want. Yo, I don't know how people ever do anything in single crochet because this is crazy. Like, this took me but like it's starting to look like a trapezoid just ever so slightly. Like this side is wider than this, and I can see that my tension changed. So all of the praise that I gave myself beforehand, too early to celebrate, but anyway, so my tension was much looser here. I don't know if you can see like the holes, and not the holes, but like the gaps in my stitches there in comparison to as I continued. So yeah, but in any case, it will be fine. It is not that deep. Okay, so I finally am done with this stupid pumpkin. It actually took me, I'm not gonna tell you how long, but it took me a long time. But I love it. It is cute. So this is what it looks like. I don't have the stem on it as of yet. Like I said, I'm gonna use a cinnamon stick. I'm probably gonna cut it short, like about that short maybe, so that it matches the size of the pumpkin. I wish I had put more polyfill. Like I knew that the polyfill, like it obviously it's soft, it has a lot of air pockets, but like I don't know if you could tell, like here it has like, it's flatter than what I would like it to be, but it's totally fine. Okay, so I took a break, ate, got ready for bed, that kind of stuff, and I did another pumpkin. It's actually stupidly late. I love the colors of this one. I decided to do this one in half double crochet, and because the stitches are bigger, you can see the polyfill in there. 2-3 hours ago, but here we are because we found our love for crochet back, which also brings out a bad habit in us, which is going to bed late. But I've done these 3 pumpkins. They're different, 3 different sizes. They're all from the same skein of yarn, but they all look like they complement each other, but it's not the exact same combination of colors, which I really love. All right, guys, so it's Wednesday. I honestly don't remember if I started this project last week Wednesday or last week Thursday. Potentially it was Friday. I think I started this on Friday. Anyway, it's now next week Wednesday. I have done, I think, all the pumpkins that I want to do, so I'll show you those because they're so cute. I haven't done the cinnamon sticks as the stems just yet, so I'll do that probably tomorrow or the next. But I've done 5 pumpkins, so, and they're all different sizes. I think I showed you guys these 2 already, so those. And then I did this little baby one. I can't remember if I showed you this already because it's been a couple of days, but so I have these 3 different sizes that were made from that multicolored yarn, and they are just the cutest. Yeah, so I have those, and then I made 2 little, oh, I'm dropping, 2 little white ones. So in relation to the largest one that I had, this is the size, and they're also different sizes. This one is slightly smaller than that one, but this is what the size of those 2 white ones look like. So these are the 5 pumpkins that I have, and this is, I think, all that I'm gonna do. So this is them, and I think dropped it again. Anyway, I think that that's all that I'll do, and the rest of it is going to be pom-poms. I might still do one in this orange, burnt orange color, because I think that an all orange pumpkin would look really nice, but I don't think it's necessary. So for the pumpkins, I think I showed you guys these little fur ball ones, and I liked these at first, but then I started to make pom-poms out of this yarn, and so I'll show you those because they look so cute, and they look like something out of Whoville. Honestly, I don't know how to describe it. So they look like this, and this is 3. And so what I did was, once I have one large, very large one. So this is, I think, the largest pom-pom and the smallest pom-pom that I have so far. So yeah, what I did was, once I like wrapped it, then I went in with, and this might be a little bit ghetto, I don't know, but you know, like those brushes that they use for yarn to like free it? I don't have one of those, but I have a diamond brush because I'm a Black girl and we use these in our hair. To be honest, I haven't used a diamond brush in years. I can't remember the last time I used this brush in my actual natural hair. It's probably been like 2.5 to 3 years, but I still have it, and the bristles are pretty like firm, and so I use this to kind of fray the pom-poms a little bit, and it got it exactly the way that I wanted it to get. So I like it. It's not all too defined. Like if you look closely, you can see like some of the pieces where the yarn is still like a whole, like twisted together, and then obviously you have the areas where it's frayed apart, and for me it's totally fine. The issue I ran into, however, is when I put these pom-poms next to the ones that I had originally made, I don't like them together. I think these are too light. Even if I do the darker one, like they're just too light to go with this. But then also the texture of these, it clashes somehow for me. I tried to use the diamond brush on these, and it just isn't doing the same thing. I wanted to get like a darker brown that I think would have gone with that a lot better for the fall. And I'm running out of time because right now it's October 22nd, which is basically fall is only 2-3 weeks long. Like there's only 2 or 3 weeks left in fall at this point. So I went to buy some brown yarn, but I didn't want to like spend too much money on it. And Michael's, which is truly one of the only craft places near me, it was just too far, and so I went to like the local dollar store because I just needed some cheap yarn, because again, I'm gonna be making pom-poms and fraying it, like I'm not truly crocheting anything. And so I went to the dollar store, and they had like this brown yarn, It's 100% acrylic, which is totally fine. It's not like the brown that I would have liked, like in terms of like a mocha brown color. It's like a browny green, like a dirty greeny brown color. But for me, I think that works. This is what it looks like next to those brown pom-poms, the orange pom-poms. But like, this is what it looks like next to my pumpkins. So I'm trying to look at my viewfinder, sorry. So this is what the colors look like, and I think this is giving fall so much better than if I were to put it with, like, let me just show you with the pom-poms. And if I were to do this, something about that just isn't vibing for me. So out with the old and in with the new. So I'm going to be making a heck of a lot more pom-poms with this. I don't know how many, a lot, because the inspo picture had a lot of pom-poms, and then this as well, which is sad because that means I'm gonna have to use a lot more yarn of this, which is supposed to be for my friend's cardigan. So I guess I'll have to buy more yarn. I've finished all of the pom-poms that I think I'm going to use, and so this is what we have. I really love the brown and this burnt orange together. I just hope that it's enough because I don't want to make any more. It's actually such a messy process working with this yarn from the dollar store. Because fluffing it is actually quite difficult in comparison to like the good yarn, the more expensive yarn. And these are the 5 pumpkins. So I'm looking at it. I might make another 1 or 2 pumpkins like from this burnt orange yarn, just to make sure it really gives fall. But the inspo picture just had like 3 pumpkins. They did use like actual pumpkins and not like crochet pumpkins, but they only used 3. So maybe this will be good. And obviously it's just like they're going to be, you know, blended together. I did decide to keep, I think it's just these 2, potentially 3. I decided to keep these 3 pom-poms like what do you call this, fluffed. I decided to keep 3 of them unfluffed, which to be honest, like together you can't really tell the difference. And I did shake them to give them more of a circular, to make sure they're circular and kind of even. But I think it adds just like a depth of texture as well, so that's good. So hopefully tomorrow I'm gonna put the stems on these and then start sticking these. So I think I'll just work out what I have so far, and then if I need more pumpkins, then I'll just crochet them as needed. But other than that, I think we're gonna go with this because we gotta wrap this up. Okay guys, so I am finally done with the wreath for my friend, and I was so excited because it turned out so cute. I finished it last night at about 1 a.m. hot gluing all the things. It actually took a long time to hot glue the thatch around, but I just wanted to show you the finished product. I decided to like just ruffle the thatch a little bit, and obviously you can see some of the places where the glue is coming through. But yeah, and then this is like what it looks like with all of the puffs and all of the beautiful pumpkins. I didn't make any more pumpkins, I just used the 5, and I think that was a perfect amount. And the cinnamon sticks for the stems turned out beautifully. Like, this is gorgeous. So wow, I know she's gonna love it. And I also got her the hook as well, so this is so beautiful. Okay, loves, that brings us to the end of this video. I hope that you had a fun time watching me make this wreath, and I hope that you are equally inspired to make your own fall decor, maybe as a gift for a friend. But thank you so much for joining me on this journey. It was the first, but definitely won't be my last wreath. So I'll see you in my next video. Bye.